New potatoes are called new potatoes because they're picked from the vine at the start of the growing season, often when the leaves on the vines are still nice and green. Now, the skin on the outside of the potatoes is very thin, but it can be red, yellow, or white, and the interior flesh is firm and a little bit waxy. We love to simply boil them, but Longman's here. He's going to show us a new way to jazz up those potatoes.
The secret to easy, flavorful potatoes? It's simple. You gotta crush them.
Crush them. All right.
Here I have 2 pounds of small red potatoes that I'm gonna add to this 8-quart Dutch oven. Now you could use small yellow potatoes, but to be honest, I like the look of the red potatoes better in this dish.
Gotcha. We're going for red. All right.
Now I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of salt. I'm gonna cover the potatoes with 1 inch of cold water because we want the potatoes to cook evenly. And then we're gonna bring it up to a boil over high heat. The potatoes are boiling nicely. We want to reduce the heat to medium-high, and this is important so that the potatoes don't blow out. We want to be able to crush the potatoes later. If they blow out now, it takes away all the fun.
Okay, well, good.
So they're going to simmer for about 20 minutes.
All right.
Bridget, it's been about 20 minutes. Now it's time to check the potatoes for doneness.
Okay.
The best way is to take a paring knife, and you want to slip it into the potato easily with no resistance. If there's no resistance, I like to check a couple of potatoes just in case they moved around.
Yes.
And you get that one potato that's done, and the other ones are still like rocks.
Oh, yeah.
And now I'm going to drain the potatoes. Now I'm going to dry the pot out because we don't want any liquid when we make our butter sauce. While the potatoes are resting over here, we're going to start prepping our butter sauce. First things first, we're going to chop our aromatics.
All right.
Now, Bridget, at my house, 10 fingers is overrated. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't take care of chopping your herbs. First, we need 2 tablespoons of minced chives. So I'm going to use a claw method, keeping my fingers away from the blade, the edge of the blade is right on my knuckles. And
It smells good.
next, we're going to chop our parsley. I'm going to do it a little differently. I'm going to start with the knife in the middle. My left hand's going to be right on the back. And it's going to keep the blade from jumping around. I'm mincing this parsley. I'm looking for 2 tablespoons. Now that I've showed off my knife skills a little bit, for garlic, I like to use this garlic press.
You and Julia both love that garlic press.
It's just 1 clove of garlic.
Okay.
Now, we have 6 tablespoons of unsalted butter that I'm going to melt over medium heat.
Okay.
Bridget, the butter is just about melted. Now I'm going to add 1 garlic clove. You want to add the garlic clove and cook until fragrant, about 30 seconds. The garlic is nice and fragrant and toasty. I'm going to turn the heat off so we can add our herbs. First, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of minced parsley, and then the 2 tablespoons of fresh chives, along with half a teaspoon salt and a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. Thank you.
You bet. Oh, even off heat, you can smell the chives blooming in
Give
there.
this a nice stir, and now we can add our potatoes. So right now I'm just going to stir the potatoes, make sure they're covered in that nice herb butter sauce. Now we're going to pop the potatoes, we're going to crush the potatoes. It's similar to bubble wrap, strangely satisfying. We're going to take the back of the spoon and just press it up against the potato until you hear like a little bit of a pop sound. Think of it as you're opening the potato's mouth so it can take in all that herby, buttery goodness.
Oh, I like that.
Now that I've opened them all up, I'm gonna give them a stir so that that butter can get all around them, inside. Now the moment you've been waiting for, it's time to eat.
Oh, thank goodness. You're being very polite. I was about ready to dive into that Dutch oven. Beautiful. Ah, yes. They look beautiful.
Thank you.
They're crushed, not really smashed, not mashed. Potatoes are hard. They're difficult to cook well. But when you get a recipe that allows all this flavor inside the potato itself is beautiful. It's creamy, really well seasoned.
Buttery, herby, little garlic.
All that butter juice has been soaked up by the potato. And you think that this is good? There's some more versions on our website. There's smoked paprika and capers and oregano.
Creamy inside, buttery outside, herbs, garlic.
One might say that you crushed it.
I think I did.
I think you did too. Believe you me, you're going to want to make these potatoes at home, and they start by simmering red potatoes until they're tender. Cook garlic in butter, then add chives and parsley. Then pour in the potatoes. Use a spoon to crush each potato and toss to coat in the garlic butter. So from Cook's Country, fast and foolproof crushed red potatoes. And you can get this recipe and all the recipes from this season, along with tastings, testings, and select episodes on our website. That's cookscountry.com/TV.